Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is time once again to head up on the mountain and do a little camping. I know we're going to spend at least one night, maybe two. I don't know. We'll see how everything works out. But it's very late in the afternoon. We don't have a lot of daylight left at this point, except for what's coming through my window right in your eye. But anyway, probably not going to spend a lot of time looking for a new spot. We'll probably end up taking the first one we come to that's a decent one. But I hate to get a late start like this, but I had other things going on, and you'll see once we get to the camp and begin the setup. I'll show you what I was doing this morning that took some time, and then it was, as usual, I never have all my ducks in a row, so I had to go around gathering up all my ducks. So anyway, I got my ducks loaded in the back. We're heading up on the mountain, and I'll see y'all when we get there. All right, everybody, we have made it. This is going to be our spot for at least a day and a night. We'll see. I might try to squeeze in another day, but let me hang this way with you. I don't know if that sun's beating you up or not, but the only thing wrong with this spot is we're pretty close to the road, so we may get some light traffic through here, but shouldn't be too bad. We do have good views. It's a real pretty setting for sure. It makes kind of a circle drive, and I noticed right away when I come around the circle, the fire pit was a mess, and I'll take y'all over and show it to you. But here's the change. I swapped the rooftop tent off of the off-road trailer onto my truck, and I'll explain all about the rack in another video. I won't bore you with it in this one, but I'll tell you how I got it and where it came from. Anyway, so we got the old rooftop tent secured up there, and we got all of our basic camping stuff there in the back of the truck. So my mission now is I got to get a tarp set up and get the tent set up. I got to do some cleaning to this fire pit. Man, is it a mess. I'm not quite sure why they'd leave it like that, but they left me one decent piece of wood. Anyway, I don't think I'll be burning that big stump in the short amount of time I'm going to be here, but I'll clean it up, get it squared away, get all this trash picked up. I did, the last time I was camping, there was a couple camped here. I could see them from the road. They looked, boy, the way they were set up, they looked like they had been here for a while. And here, where I'm at, you can camp in any one of these camping spots for 30 days at a time. So, man, you can really set up a pretty good camp if you're going to be there 30 days. But anyway, y'all give me a few minutes, and I'm going to try to get a few things set up. Since this whole setup is new to me, it might take me just a few minutes longer, but we're racing daylight. Let me point you at the sun so you can see where it's at. See, we ain't got much daylight left, but anyway, once I get everything set up, we'll see what we're gonna have for supper. All right, y'all, here's what we're working with. Got the rooftop tent all set up, and got my sleeping bag and that kind of stuff up there, ready to roll. We've got the tarp deployed in a manner that the weatherman says it's not supposed to rain, so I got it kind of spread way out where I can see out and hopefully get to see some wildlife creeping around here. Got a little wood pile there. Got a smudge of a fire going. It ain't much now, but it's got a bright future, pun intended. Let's see. I did put some coffee on just because I'm wore out. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning because that was the end of me being able to sleep. So I just put some coffee on. Luckily it's staying daylight a little longer than it has been, so I think we're on the uphill swing of this deal. But I got the little potty house set up over there because around here, if you walk out of this camp to use the bathroom, you're going straight downhill and everything's solid rock. So if you got down there and tried to dig a hole, it wouldn't work. And then I'd have to get my cripple-legged booty back up here, and I'm not ready to do all that. So anyway, everything is a go so far. We'd probably be cooking supper in the dark, but I have a light to run the video by, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. We're just gonna let this fire get up a little bit and let the wood burn down some, get us some nice coals, and we'll roast us a little something over the fire. I think I got some jalapeno cheddar Johnsonville. I think they're brats or sausage or something. But anyway, we'll set them on fire over that, and should be pretty good. And I've got some potatoes and onions I'll probably do up in a skillet on the Coleman. I brought my regular Coleman. This is my regular propane one. I didn't bring the other Coleman, but I try to give them all a little air time. You know, I try to switch up every now and then. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna let that fire burn down and then we'll get supper started. Hey campers. All right, we finally got this fire going good. Got everything set up. It is roughly about 2 minutes after 6 o'clock. So, excuse me, it's a little bit early for supper, I think. I got that coffee made. I'm just now having a little. It's so hot. This metal cup. It, you know, when I bought it, it seemed like a great idea, but I don't think I thought it all the way through. It was nice back, you know, when it was super duper cold outside, but it was up in the high 50s today, so it was pretty warm considering. And it's still just now getting chilly out here. Since the sun's down good, it's cooling off nicely. It will be an early night for me for sure. I am wore to a frazzle. But when you get out like this, you just about forget about how tired you were. You know, once you get everything all set up, kind of how you can operate, it's very relaxing to know everything is set up where you can, you know, get everything you need done. I'm probably still going to cook those jalapeno sausages and potatoes in a little while, but I'm really not that hungry, but I probably will be in a little bit. I just thought I would let y'all enjoy my fire for a couple of minutes while I sip on this coffee. It was a nice sunny day today. It was a good change. I know we had quite a lot of rain. I guess if you watched my last video, you got to see some of that rain. It didn't let up for long, but I think the next rain they're calling for here is maybe on Saturday. There's some storms coming through Friday night and Saturday. But I probably, you know, I had planned to leave tomorrow, but I don't know. I might stay one more night. It almost seems like a waste to set all this up for one night, but and with the weather being like it is, the only reason I even set the awning up is number one, keep the dew off of everything. On that last trip I was on, that heavy fog cover came through and just soaked everything to the bone, even the things that were under the awning. I guess, you know, the wind just kind of, that fog just kind of creeped on through and just soaked everything. But it had, you know, since the snow cover is off now, the fog shouldn't be much up here. Maybe we'll be able to catch a decent sunrise over the mountain over there tomorrow. It's a good possibility. I was trying to think of where that last place we stayed, in conjunction to here. Excuse me. It's about 3 ridges over, which I guess probably about 4 miles from here. If by the road, the way the crow flies, it's probably just a couple of miles. But you wouldn't want to walk it. It's some steep terrain. Those guys that deer hunt right in this area, man, they got their work cut out for them, because a lot of these roads around here you can ride four-wheelers and side-by-sides on, but you can't take them into the woods. So if you get a deer down one of these gullies, you got some dragging to do. I don't hunt up here, but if I did and I shot one down there, I would take it apart down there and bring it back in pieces in a backpack or a duffel bag. I certainly wouldn't try to drag one out of here. I don't think I got enough cable on the winch on my truck to get to the bottom of one of these ravines to get one out. And if, the kind of luck I got, quick as I shot one, it would go straight to the bottom of one of them ravines on purpose, I would imagine. I've drug a bunch of them out of those deep ravines back in the old days, but I don't have it in me anymore to do that. If I have it in me, it's just the old body won't keep up with it. But anyway, I guess I'm going to sit by this fire for a while longer, and then I'll catch up with y'all over in the kitchen. All right, kids, it is supper time. Just reheating my coffee here a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of butter flavored substitute in this pan. We got the pan heating up. Come on now. We'll heat that pan up a little bit. Let that butter melt. I'm gonna cut this onion up right quick, because gotta have onion in it. Yeah, it just wouldn't be right without the onion, I don't think. I sure hope this new mic I bought is gonna work well. I haven't really checked it. I just got it, I think yesterday, or it seems like yesterday I got it. But anyway, boy, I have the worst luck, or maybe I'm just haphazardous and don't pay attention to what I'm doing. I tell you, I'm gonna go broke buying audio stuff for this YouTube channel. I'm on I guess this is my 4th set of mics. You saw after I broke my good one on the last trip, I had an old set in the truck I had bought for I'm trying to remember what camera I bought it for. Anyway, it sometimes it seems like it does all right, and sometimes it don't do worth a flip. So I don't really know what to think about it. I mean, it's a good backup, because otherwise you wouldn't have heard nothing on that last video. But so I guess it wasn't a complete loss, but still. So we're praying this one works out for us. Now let's see if I can get this. What we have here is potatoes, jalapeno sausage, and I think cheese is in there too, and onions. So we're gonna hope that works out. Oh man, I have my spoon over there heating up with my coffee. That wasn't a great idea. I'm gonna go and turn that off. Get this stirred up just a tad here. Yeah, this is gonna be something, ladies and gentlemen. A little late supper. I don't typically like to eat this late, but I was busy today and I ate a late lunch. So just, I'm still not super duper hungry, but the thought of it is good. Well, who would ever thought cracking pepper would be a struggle? Tell you what, my shoulder was doing so well, but then I think I must have either picked something up I shouldn't have been picking up, or I did something wrong. And I am certainly paying the price for it. Thing's been keeping me up nights again. I just hope I didn't do some damage to the work he did in there, because I definitely don't want to go through that again. I don't know if any of y'all have ever had a shoulder repaired, but it's a thing, and it takes a minute to get over it. All right, let's see if our coffee got warmed up again. I think we're going to try a little different method of coffee making in the morning. I mean, it ain't different. It's the pour over concept, but it'll be using something that's not really made for doing pour over coffee, but it just looks like it should work well. So we'll give it a shot in the mornings, because we don't have anything better to do than do some experimenting. That's sure enough good coffee right there. Yes, indeed. All right, kids. I'm going to slave away here like Wolfgang Puck. And y'all stay tuned. We'll see what the finished product's going to be like. All right, y'all. I believe we got this thing whooped. Here is the finished product. Sure smells good. I wish this was smell-o-vision. Y'all be ready to come on down here where I'm at. Anyway, I'm about to spoon me some of this on a plate and go over and sit by the fire and have me some supper. I'll see y'all when it's about bedtime. Well, all right, everybody. I believe I have had about all of this day that I need. So I'm going to get my shovel and spread this fire and coals out a little bit. And I'm going to scurry on up to that rooftop tent. I'll probably turn a movie on, but I probably ain't going to watch much of it. It'll probably watch me. But anyway, supper was good. That jalapeno sausage I had, that wasn't a Johnsonville deal. That was I don't know, it might have been a Walmart brand. I ain't sure, but man, it was, those jalapenos were far hotter than the Johnsonville ones. It was, well, that stuff set you on fire for sure. But anyway, I'm sure I will see y'all bright and early in the morning for coffee and bacon and eggs. So y'all have a good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Morning, everybody. It is about, I don't know, about 5:45. I've got some coffee water on here and it's ready. So let me turn this off. Probably a little noisy on that video. But anyway, I've got some coffee water started there. And in this fire maple pot, this was the one, it's the Antarctic 1.2 liter pot that had the steamer basket in it. So what I'm gonna do, I put a coffee filter in that steamer basket and filled it full of coffee, and we're gonna use this pot for a pour over method, because I like that. Now I don't know how well something's gonna pour out of this, not dripping everywhere, but we're gonna see. We're gonna hope it works out. I can see it making a mess is what I can see. Nah. Yeah, that ain't the best pot for pouring, but we're gonna get through it. Yeah. We'll make it work. I need one of them pots that's built for, it's got the long skinny tube that just built for making pour overs. That'd be handy right about now. Because this, when you're pouring out of this pot, you need to dump it all out at one time to get anywhere with it. But anyway, it's gonna work out. It's just gonna take a while to soak through there. So it's gonna take a few pours to get it done. But it's a little different method of making coffee. I mean, it's not like the old percolator on the fire, but I like pour overs just as well. So as long it ain't, I mean, it's chilly out here this morning, but it ain't super duper cold or anything. So we should be all right. It shouldn't, coffee shouldn't get cold. If it does, we can just put it right there on the burner. Because once it's done going through, I'll just get rid of that coffee in that filter. I think we're going to do a little bacon this morning and a little roast beef hash and some eggs. Sounds like a breakfast of champions to me, but that's going to be a little bit later when it gets more daylight. I got a fire going over there already, and it's calling my name. So quick as this coffee gets done, I'm gonna sit over there and drink a little coffee, and then once it gets daylight, warms up just a little bit, we'll go ahead and get the breakfast started. I'm gonna turn y'all around on that tripod so you can see my sunrise this morning. It is pretty. Y'all just bear with me. It's gonna shake around a little. Y'all take a look at this. You see way over at that next mountaintop. Just beautiful this morning. All right. And there's my fire going over there. I'm gonna throw a little more wood on that, get us a good blaze going. We'll sit over and drink coffee and think about the day. Last night went pretty good. I didn't get cold because I was down in my sleeping bag, and I slept with the window open. I like to sleep with that window open. I like to be able to hear what's going on. The coyotes were howling all night, and heard quite a lot of things. I heard one thing, it sounded like it was going to try to get up in that rooftop tent with me, and what it ended up being was a doggone chipmunk, a nocturnal chipmunk apparently, walking up the tree beside my truck. But anyway, I shooed him away and didn't have any further problem with him. But I'm going to finish making this coffee, and I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. It is right about time to get this breakfast going here. Get this skillet heating up a little bit. I think our stove might be pulling a little to the left. Prop it up a little there. We'll let that heat up for a few minutes. I haven't really been up to much this morning. Excuse me, just sitting around the fire, drinking a little coffee, and thinking about breakfast. It did warm up some. I was able to take my jacket off. It's supposed to be a really nice day today, up around 60 something degrees. So that's trending in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. Let me get this bacon in the skillet. Try to keep all that nastiness off my hands if I can. It is difficult to get bacon or pork fat off your hands with cold water. I don't have any water heated up at the current time. But we're going to do a little bacon, a little roast beef hash, some eggs. Should be a pretty good breakfast. Yeah. I believe that's about all we can get in there right now. All right. Good deal. Well, I tell y'all what, I was just cooking right along with this bacon, and then that wind picked up, so I had to turn everything around to put the back of my stove and put my wind blocks up to keep the wind off of my, it was turning my bacon cooking time into way too long. That wind wasn't putting my fire out, but it was sure putting a damper on the whole situation. But I got everything turned around, and should be in better shape now. But we was really up against it there for a minute. But breakfast is progressing right along, so it's not really a big deal one way or another. Sometimes you just got to change everything up. The only thing is the fire is right there, and it's putting all the smoke right in my eyes. I can't see nothing. But it's not dragging me down too bad. But I didn't look at the weather this morning to see what the wind was going to be, but apparently it's going to be a nuisance. But anyway, that's just part of the game. But breakfast is coming along nicely. Bacon shouldn't be too much longer. We'll throw the hash in the skillet, get it nice and warmed up and a little bit crispy. And then we'll crack a few eggs in there, and it'll be time to eat. So I will see y'all when it's breakfast time. All right, y'all, this is winding down. I add a little broccoli to it just because the guy needs some vegetables. I'm gonna crack some eggs in there right quick. Maybe a little something to put my eggshells on here. So it'll make a huge mess. Oh, trying to make a mess anyway. These eggs cooked up, boy, we'll be in business. Once we get the breakfast eaten and the fire burns out, we got to get all this stuff packed up because it is time to go, unfortunately. But we won't let too much time pass before we get back out again. Today is Thursday, and I think that it's supposed to rain Friday night, maybe through Sunday, so I'm not sure exactly when I'll be able to get back out. But we won't let too much time pass. I don't know if I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but Hay Trip does have another roof truck bed tent being sent out to me. Hopefully it's the correct version, but you just never know. But we have options if it don't work with my truck. My brother's got a spare truck I can use to check it out. Hopefully it's going to be a good deal. I tell you, I really like the quality of the tent, and hopefully it will be a dry place to sleep for sure. And I got some other things coming up. I have a military. I have a couple of military one-man tents that I want to check out. Hopefully before spring arrives and all the creepy crawlies wake up, because I really like to. Around here, there is a lot of ticks and ants and other things that slither around and like to bite you in the dark. So, as much as you can stay up off the ground, the better off you are. This stuff is almost done, so I'm gonna get y'all off that tripod and let you take a look at this, and then I'm gonna plate it up and it'll be time to eat. All right, y'all walk with me here. There is the finished product. Looks oh so good. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap this deal up, and I'll get back with y'all in a little while. All right, everybody. We've got everything packed up, strapped down, and ready to roll. Got everything cleaned up for the most part around here. It's a lot better off now than it was when we arrived, for sure. So I guess I will end this one here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for at least overnight. I had given it some consideration to stay one more night, but I really need to go to my physical therapy tomorrow, so that's what I'm going to do. So until next time, everybody be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.